Welcome back, everybody, to the Aspiring Scholars podcast. I'm so glad to have you today. Kellen, how are you doing this week?
I am doing fantastic. About ready to go on Thanksgiving break, so pretty jazzed about that.
Yes, sir. We got a lot to talk about today. It's been a little while. Today, we have our friend Samuel Keller. How are you doing today, Samuel?
I'm doing great.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. How are
We're
you
glad
guys?
to hear it. Oh, I'm doing good. I'm tired, ready for a break.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, today, me and Kellen were working on an assignment for like 5 hours. That sucked. But we got it done before break, so that was nice.
Yeah.
So, what's some things that's been going on in your week this week, Samuel?
Well, this week, I don't know, it hasn't been that bad. Last week I had a research paper, so that was tough.
Mm-hmm.
I got like a 72% on it.
Dang.
I was gonna do it on women in ministry because I didn't have a topic and it was like 1 a.m. and I go, hey guys, what should I do my topic on? And Abe goes, women in ministry.
And you listened to him?
Sadly, I did. And it was like the night before the rough draft was due. I was like, I'm not doing women in ministry, so I changed it about like, and I did it about like youth ministry.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this week has been easy. I mean, it's only been like 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Easy week, but
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It's kind of insane that it's only Tuesday right now.
Mm-hmm.
It
I
feels
know.
like it's like the end of the week. Like I've been grinding.
Yeah.
But yeah, so a few things that have happened for me and Kellen, and Samuel's been a part of most of these, is like these past couple weeks has been pretty busy. For one, we went to Josiah Queen concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From
It was
now, it's
cool.
been like a week and a half ago, but we haven't recorded, so we got to talk about that.
Yeah.
Did you guys have
Yeah.
fun?
I did have fun. It was a good time. I didn't really know anything about Josiah Quinn going to this concert, but he kind of changed my life.
Yeah. Yeah, I only knew probably like 2, maybe 3 of the songs. Or like, I knew like the chorus of like one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I knew like obviously his big song like The Prodigal, but like that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But I recorded a little vlog.
Yeah, we got the vlog
Yeah.
in our friend group.
Mm-hmm.
It was chill.
See, the thing about the Josiah Queen concert, though, is we went there for Josiah, but we left.
Ooh. Yeah.
Actually, one of our favorite parts was the opener guy, Antoine Bradford. Shout out him.
Yeah, he's
He's
a goat.
goated.
We got a picture with him.
Yeah,
He's
that was
goated.
sweet.
Yeah. Him and he was wearing a little orange beanie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tough picture. We got a tough picture with him, though.
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
a really good job. It's cool. Oh, next thing we got on the docket, we want to shout out my girlfriend's mom who made us cosmic brownies. She was listening to the podcast and then she heard us talking about cosmic brownies, and so she made us like homemade ones. Those were
Don't you?
amazing.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
It's so good. And they were gone in like really quick. Well, we got back from her town at like 12. We got rid of half of the pan, and then in the morning we went to the Berry and then to the DC, and it was gone. So it was
That's
gone by
crazy.
like 12
Yep.
the next day.
And I didn't get any?
Bro,
You
I don't.
didn't ask.
Where were you at?
I don't even know. When was this?
Thursday.
Thursday. I don't know. I was probably doing something.
I don't know. I don't remember. I just gave them to random people.
Oh, I was doing stuff with the guys in my block.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Thursday mornings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were goated.
Yeah.
The icing was especially delicious. Yeah. Shout out Miss Zylinga. We love them.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Zylinga. Tyler
Okay.
keeps on pronouncing
I can't
her last
pronounce
name.
I think it sounds the exact same, but I guess I'm wrong.
Yeah, he says it like Zylinga instead of Zylinga. You know?
That sounds the same to me. I can't tell a difference in how you just said that.
Okay, Tyler.
Another thing. So on Friday, Bethel had like a fun thing with campus activities, and they did like a drive-in movie thing where you could come and get some candy and stuff like that. And so I went, me and Gabby, my girlfriend went, and we were hanging out there. And we're parked by our friend Megan and Corinne and them and all them. They were on the podcast, if you remember them. But we were parked next to them. And I just get a knock on my window, or I can't even remember how it was. I think it was Megan came up to the window, and then she was like my car died. Can you jump me? And I was like, Yeah,
That's
sure.
crazy.
And then I didn't have any cables. And then Autumn, another girl here, she went and got her cables. And then it took us like 20 minutes to like jump her car. But yeah,
Yeah. We got a little town hero here.
what can I say?
D. Tyler Simpson.
They were like, you know how to jump a car? I said, I sure do. I sure do.
W boyfriend moment. you
Uh-huh.
know?
Yeah, what can I say? Just fulfilling my manly duties.
Yeah, that's right.
Heck yeah. Yeah, and then was it this weekend? Yeah, just a few, like we're recording this on Tuesday, so just this last weekend, my brother came up here,
Yeah.
Caleb Lebdaddy McClade, and we got to show him around the campus and, do stuff with him. It was pretty great.
So did Samuel's.
Yeah, my brother also came up.
Oh, true.
And Megan's sister.
And
was
Megan's
here,
sister.
too.
It was like a whole family
Yeah.
reunion.
Pretty cool. My brother's Catholic, so we had a lot of conversation with him about Catholicism.
Some discussions, yeah. Yeah, and we took them all out to Culver's and had an interesting Culver's experience.
Yeah,
But it was,
I was very hyper at Culver's. I was like dancing around. I think I started singing in the middle of Culver's.
I believe it.
And I was like busy there too. Like I was on something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, it was good. I haven't really seen my brother that much anymore since I'm obviously at college and he's not. So it was good to, reconnect.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. And then on Sunday, Samuel went with us. We went to Notre Dame Museum. That was fun because somebody had a assignment they had to do, and so we went and we just had a good time. We got to look at some weird art.
Yeah, there was a lot of questionable stuff there.
Yes. It was. Some of them were cool. Some of them were not art. They
Yeah,
were
and then
just
there was
like,
just like the abstract stuff, like just paint splattered all
like,
over.
bro,
it.
are
It's
you
like,
kidding me? I could
all
literally
that.
make that.
Yeah.
All you need is rich friends, and you can become an artist. You can make like the most ugliest thing, but if people want to buy it, that gives it value, and then you're an artist.
Yeah. So I think what we should do is like have Kellen just like lay down on a canvas, and then we just don't paint on it, and then there's just like the body there, like the what is that, the like negative space that's like not painted is his body, and then we just sell it for like $1 million.
We sell it to Abraham, who's going to be computer science,
It's huge.
because he's going to have money, so he can buy it, giving it value. Boom.
That's a good idea.
We have a aspiring scholars art market on the side. That could be so huge for when the podcast doesn't end up paying the bills.
He said we can make art.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. One of the really cool things that we did was on Saturday. It was called the Eden Prayer Garden. And so we went out to Notre Dame and we got to evangelize to some people. And we thought that it would be a cool idea to just have that as the devotional today, explaining kind of what went on there and what we did there, how God moved and stuff like that. So, Kellen, you want to start?
Yeah, so pretty much what it was actually a really cool experience. We all kind of met up at Raising Cane's in like the back parking lot. There was probably like 25 of us maybe or something. And we broke into groups of like 3 or 4, and they each went to different places. Like some went to Bethel's campus, some of us went to Notre Dame, that's where I went. Then some people just went to like homeless shelters or stuff like that around the area, and we just went and like prayed with people, talked with people, just tried to kind of minister to people however we could.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just really cool.
Yeah. I didn't get to go to that, but I heard a lot of cool things about it.
Yeah. There was a lot of people that we were able to meet that we just prayed for. Like, one example, Kellen has a cool one that he can share. And then another one was when we were on our way back. We were driving, and then at this light, we see this homeless person. And then one of the people in the car was like, oh, we should stop and, like, pray with this person. So then we stop, we pull in this gas station. We pray with her, and then we got her some Burger King. And it turned out that, like, her daughter, like, she had been going through some things, so she was living with her daughter, and then her daughter kicked her out. And so she was on the streets. And so we were able to just bless her and pray with her. And she was like, she was struggling with understanding the plan of God and, like, what his plan was for her. And so she was struggling with that.
Yeah.
But it was cool to just be able to be there and pray with her.
Yeah, and actually, there's another really cool thing that happened with our group. So we were out just talking to people, trying to get people on the campus to talk to us. We were at Notre Dame, like I said, and there was like these group of guys that were like Hispanic people that were doing some sort of construction project or something. I'm not really sure. I couldn't understand everything they were saying in Spanish, but I was trying to talk to them because I know a little bit of Spanish, and it was kind of like it was cool to see how like the work that I put into Spanish actually did kind of pay off in like a kingdom way, because I was able to understand some of what he said and I could talk to him a little bit.
Yeah.
I asked like to pray with him, but he didn't. He was like, "Oh, I'm busy, I can't." But it was still cool. But so we were leaving, and the other guy that was with us, his name is Fu, and he apparently took French, like in high school or college or maybe both. And he was like, "Yeah, I just really wish there would be somebody who would speak French that we could talk to, like so that I could like use my language gifting or whatever." So then, the very next person we talked to was this lady sitting on like this cement bench. She had like this blanket wrapped around her, and we went up to her, and we started talking to her. She's like, "No English, no English," and we were like, "You speak Spanish or something?" She's like, "No," and she's like, "French." So Fu got to speak French to the very next lady we talked to.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was really crazy.
Yeah.
And on top of this, the other thing that you should know about this expedition is Tyler did not bring a coat on this expedition. I did bring a coat. Benji kind of brought a coat. So I brought my coat, and Tyler's cold, so I was like, "Okay, you can have my coat, whatever." So I was just wearing a t-shirt, and it was pretty cold out. So by the time we get to where we're going at Notre Dame, I was like, I should probably, not just be in a t-shirt. So in the back of the car that we drove, there was a blanket. Shout out Kayla Maurer. It's her blanket that is in the story. But I took this blanket like a goober and wrapped it around myself. Okay? And so we were just walking through Notre Dame with me wrapped up in a blanket. So by the time we reached this lady, yeah. By the time we reached this lady who only spoke French, who we had randomly had a guy who spoke French, we were able to give her this blanket because she was like, cold and homeless. So I was like, it was just really cool how everything worked out, how somebody in our group spoke French and that was what she understood. And how if I would have not given my coat to Tyler and put on that blanket, then we wouldn't have been able to give her that blanket. It was just cool how God worked everything out to be able to minister in that way. I thought it was just super cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I think one thing that I noticed a lot with this was as we were walking, like through Notre Dame's campus, walking past people, it's like the amount of people that just like head down, like go places, like the amount of people that like tried to avoid eye contact was kind of crazy. Yeah. Like it's honestly like we'd be walking past somebody, like we'd be trying to look, they would just be like looking down or like looking away. And I think it just goes to show how like impersonal just like life is. I feel like so many people, we walk by so many people, we just pretend like they're not there.
Yeah, I definitely get that. Like walking through like even Bethel's campus, like most of the time I have my head down a lot, honestly. And like, yeah, it's definitely like not trying to like look for people to talk to them. It's just like, oh, I'm in my own bubble, so I'm gonna focus on myself. And
yeah. For sure.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me. There's a part in James chapter 2. It's around verse 14. It says, "What good is it, my brothers and sisters, if someone claims to have faith but has no deeds? Can such faith save them? Suppose a brother or sister is without clothes and daily food. If one of you says to them, 'Go in peace, keep warm and well fed,' but does nothing about their physical needs, what good is it? In the same way, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead." So I just kind of bring that up to say I was thinking about that exact same verse because I was wearing this blanket that wasn't mine. I was not sure if I was supposed to give it away, But in this moment, we were praying like, "Lord, be with this woman who's cold. Help her to be warm. Help her to find food that she can eat, whatever." And I was like, here I am with this blanket that I could give, or here I am with like money that I could give. It just really made me think like, how often do we look at people that are hurting and be like, "Man, I hope God really comes through for them," or like, "Man, I hope that they get out of this point that they're in," when we have like the means to help them, and like so often we just kind of overlook it. So really, this whole experience kind of just put that into perspective for me, I think.
Yeah. So with this, we just kind of wanted to shed light on something we did here and encourage you guys to maybe go out and pray with some people. And so we'll just pray for this. Dear God, I thank you so much for today. I thank you so much for Samuel and for Kellen being able to be here and just talk and have some good time. God, I pray that you use us, that you mold us, and that as we go home for Thanksgiving break, we're able to get rest and enjoy it, God, and that we have safe travels as we go home, God. God, I pray for all those people that we were able to pray for and talk to during this time on Saturday, going out and evangelizing and spreading your good news, God. I pray that all those people can come to know you and that the seed that was planted will come to fruition, God. I pray that you just have your hand on them and be a light in their life, God. And I pray that as we go and continue on in this podcast, that we just glorify you and spend time and are able to have some good laughs. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
So, Samuel,
Oh boy.
let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Who is this Samuel Keller?
Hang on. Do I get the chicken finger Friday question?
Yeah, that's at the end. Call,
that's at
hold
the
your
end?
horses, buddy.
Oh, my bad, guys.
So, first of all, what is your major? What are you here for?
My major is Christian ministries with a focus in youth, to be precise. But
Yeah.
I usually just say youth ministry.
Yeah.
And then I'm also minoring in worship arts. 'Cause I play guitar and I'm learning drums.
Nice. That's a new development, right? You just
Yeah.
kind of got that
Yeah,
locked in.
drums. Well, guitar I've been playing for like a year and a half, and then drums. Like my friend played it, and like I had played cajon a bit, like a box drum, and then my friend gave me his old drum set like a couple months ago, and I was like, I'm gonna try this now. And then I'm taking drum lessons next semester, so I'm excited about that.
Nice. The one like through Bethel with the
Yeah,
credit or whatever.
yeah.
That's huge. So, what are you planning to do with your major, with your degree?
Yeah. Well, I want to like hopefully be a youth pastor one day, and then with like the worship arts, either like lead worship in the church, but I also like want to write my own music and stuff.
Sweet. That's cool.
Yeah.
And finally, what made you choose Bethel University?
Ooh, that's such a good question. So I had visited here probably my junior year. It wasn't like an actual visit, but it was like there was a worship conference that my church was going to, and like it was like for the worship team that they
Yeah,
were going.
the
And
refuel.
I texted my youth pastor, was like, "Hey, I'm not on the worship team, but can I go to this?" And he's like, yeah, sure. There's one seat. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll go. And then like while I was here, it was I got to like go to the classrooms, not like class, but like there were like what is it, like seminars going on?
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
it was cool. And then obviously got to experience like DC food, which
That's crazy. You ate DC food and still chose to come here?
I think we had DC food. I think maybe the one day they catered like Chick-fil-A or something. But yeah, and then so I visited here in like my junior year, and then later that year my brother had decided to come here because he was a senior. And then while he was here last year, I visited him a lot, and like I really like fell in love with like the community that was here.
Yeah.
Obviously met like Kellen, and I already knew Tyler a bit from back home, but it was like obviously like the community, and I saw like students like interacting with teachers and like professors, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
It was like something I wanted, even if the DC food was bad.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. And so lately you've been starting to do a little thing in the DC.
Oh.
Do you want to explain that to us?
Yeah, okay. So I want to say last week, to not this past Friday, but the Friday before, I was eating these Reese's Puffs. And when I got the Reese's Puffs, I like overfilled the bowl, and so I didn't really want to put milk in it and like risk spilling Reese's Puffs all over the floor. So I was just eating them dry. And then I had a glass of Pepsi, and our friend Lydia said, "Hey Sam, why are you eating the Reese's Puffs dry?" And I'm like, "I just wanted them dry." And she goes, "Well, how about you dump the Pepsi in there?" And I'm like, "All right, I'll do it. Like, why not? Just doing dumb freshman stuff, I guess." And so I pour the Pepsi in there. Like, I'm thinking, there's no way I'm actually gonna eat this. I'm done with it, And then they go, "Oh, dude, you gotta eat it." So I did. And then after that, I was like, what? I'm gonna try testing like different drinks with Reese's Puffs. And so I tried like root beer. I tried Starry, Mountain Dew Code Red.
Red
and then-
40.
Yeah, you gotta get that Red 40 in there. And the root beer was really good. And then the one day I tried coffee. I rated that like a 9 out of 10, I think. And then like chocolate milk, I rated at a 10 out of 10. So like, and then milk was like, I think also 9 out of 10. So maybe coffee was 8.5. But like it was good. And like the one day it was like we had like the Thanksgiving dinner, and they didn't have cereal out, but they had corn. And so, in honor of Thanksgiving, I did corn and cranberry juice, and dude, it was so disgusting, so disgusting. Do not. It just tastes like buttery cranberry juice with like kernels in it, and it was so bad. But then, like the past couple of days, they like got rid of Reese's Puffs, and so I haven't been doing it that much.
That's atrocious.
I know.
So what is the all-time worst combination then? Is it the corn still?
Well, yeah, the corn, but like the corn and cranberry juice doesn't really count because it wasn't like the Reese's Puffs. I'd say like
Right.
the worst. They have like this vitamin water. And
Classic.
I put that in the Reese's Puffs, and it just tastes like medicine. And I was like, I don't want to eat this. Like it was so disgusting.
Yeah. Not the lemonade cinnamon toast crunch, wasn't it?
I forgot I did that. That one kind of just tasted like a lemon bar though. Like that one was actually kind of good.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, question number 2. What is the most awkward experience you've had this year?
There's so many. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what the most awkward one is. Okay. Oh no, I do know what this is. Okay, so there's this girl that I've been hanging out with, Tegan, and the one night, like, this was like,
No, I know what this
I've never met like any of her friends before, and then this night, she's like, hey Sam, you want to come watch a movie in my room with some of the swim team, because she's on the swim team and stuff. And I show up, and I recognize this one guy who's a freshman, Preston. I've never talked to the guy, but like I've seen him around Oakwood. So I'm like, okay, he's a freshman too. I'll sit by him. He's a guy. It'll be less awkward. And then like during the movie, I just started making a bunch of gay jokes to the guy, and like it was very awkward. And then the one time I said something that I guess like everybody heard it, and the room went silent. And like they're all swim team people, so like on the TV, on the movie there was like a swimming pool. So I go, guys, look, there's a swimming pool on the TV. You guys do swim? And then it was just silent. It was silent. And then a split second I go, all right, I'm gonna stand up and grab my shoes and just run out of here. And so I did. I just ran out, and then Tegan texts me and goes, what the heck did you just do? And I go, I felt awkward, so I left. And then she's like, no, come back. And I was like, okay. And so I went back, and then and it was so awkward. And then we played.
Why did you go back? I feel like you can't recover that situation.
That's what I thought. But I was like, I mean, I'm going to have to get to know him at some point, And then like we played Secret Hitler, and I absolutely fumbled the bag because I was a fascist and I didn't see who Hitler was. So I fumbled the bag with that. And then like the next day in DC, I saw one of the people that was in there, and I go, hey, how awkward was it when I just ran out? And she goes, oh, it was really awkward, but who cares? And I go, yeah, you're right. But yeah, that's probably like my most awkward situation I've had so far.
I thought the SG one would be.
What? SG1, what's...
Remember the drink one?
Oh, okay. I got another one. So at SG, I always get a large hot white chocolate mocha. It's like my go-to drink, Starbucks large hot white chocolate mocha. So it's probably been maybe like 10 weeks, maybe like 8 weeks into the semester. And I've probably ordered this white chocolate mocha maybe like at least 20 times now, maybe like 30 times. And there's like been this one barista that's been there like at least half of the time, and she's taking my order like half of the time. And so I walk up, I go, you know what I'm gonna get, and she turns to a coworker and she goes, I love when people assume that I know what they're gonna get and I don't. And I just stood there awkwardly. I was like, what the heck, man? And then I go, yeah, I'll take a large hot white chocolate mocha. And she's like, what's your name? And I go, Samuel. And then I walked away, and it was so awkward. And then every time I see her, because like she still takes my order so much, like every time I see her, like it's just so awkward.
You gotta ask her again. Maybe she remembers your order now.
Dude, she's gotta remember it now after that experience. I'll try it again, like next time I see her.
Yeah. So then on to that, you already talked a little bit about guitars and your musical taste and how you've been learning to do music. But how did you get into guitar?
So in high school, like all my friends played guitar and stuff. I mean, I didn't. And it was like, oh man, I want to like fit in, you know? And so I asked them like, hey guys, show me a few chords. And then I did. And then I got home and I was like, wait, my dad used to play guitar. And I'm like, hey dad, do you still have a guitar? And he's like, yeah, sure. It's up in the closet. And so I went and grabbed it. And then I started like practicing and I just like got into it because of my friends and stuff.
Yeah. Sweet.
Sounds like someone else we know, Tyler.
Hey, I've been getting better, but I haven't practiced that much lately because I've been busy.
You have been getting a lot better though.
Yeah, but I still suck at strumming patterns.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Strumming patterns are hard to pick up, but then once you get them, they're pretty easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have what's your favorite guitar song to play?
My favorite guitar song. Okay. I don't. This isn't like my favorite song, or like, but like, I always like whenever like I pick up a guitar, I either play like Banana Pancakes, or I play like Here Comes the Sun or something.
Classic.
And like Here Comes the Sun, I don't play it that well, so I don't play that one as much. But that one's still like fun. But yeah, probably Banana Pancakes. It's like, you know, by Jack Johnson.
I'm unaware of this song, but I trust
Dude,
it's really
a banger.
cool.
It's a banger.
Oh, nice.
But yeah.
Do you like playing electric or acoustic more?
I have both. I like the sound of acoustic more, but I like the feel of playing an electric more.
Yeah.
Cause like acoustic, you play like more like chords and stuff. And like the electric, you do more like riffs and. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I was never really good enough to pick up electric. I have like a crappy one at home, but I'm more of a chords man. I'm kind of simple.
And a banjo guy.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then finally, the question that we've all been waiting
Dude,
for.
I've been waiting this whole time for this question.
The question that was supposed to be a reoccurring question, but we forgot to ask Matt when he was on.
No.
So we've only actually asked like 2 people this. What are your opinions on Chicken Finger Friday in the dining commons?
Okay. Do you want like my whole experience with Chicken Finger
the whole
Friday?
experience.
Okay. So last year I was visiting here for a weekend, and I sat through a Chicken Finger Friday, and it was like the first one I ever experienced, and I broke a tooth on one of the chicken tenders.
That's so crazy. That is so. You came here, broke a tooth on Chicken Finger Friday, and then was like, "Yeah, this is where I want to go to school."
Yes.
That's so crazy.
Yes, because like okay, the tooth I was already getting like it removed like the next Monday or something.
Oh.
So like it was already like kind of in bad shape, but like now I love Chicken Finger Friday. Like
That's crazy.
I walk into DC and I go, oh no way, it's Chicken Finger Friday, and then like last week I tried barbecue sauce on the chicken fingers and it was like so good. Easily top meal of the week.
Based.
Yeah.
No, it is easy. It's goated. Every time. Add that one to the checklist, baby. Okay, so now we have a couple more fun questions. Maybe some story ones. So, closest you've come to dying.
Ooh. Okay, so I want to say maybe like 2020. Not like the pandemic or whatever, but during 2020 I went to like this July 4th party. And the people there were like riding around on 4-wheelers. And I was like, I want to try a 4-wheeler, you know, cuz like why not? And then like apparently like the trails they were on were like really difficult or something, and I'd never ridden a 4-wheeler before. So I hop on, and the first thing I do is I'm going down these trails, and like it gets to the first turn, and I slide off the trail, and I like there's like this big concrete culvert that I hit my back on, and it was crazy, and I was like, oh man, I don't want to walk out there and be embarrassed that I just crashed this 4-wheeler that I've never driven before, and then yeah, I don't know, that's probably the closest. Which it wasn't like near-death experience, but like I don't know if that 4-wheeler like landed on me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't had any like whoa, I'm about to die kind of
Yeah.
thing, you know? Thankfully.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. I feel like for me, it's kind of hard to say because, well, one thing, when I was a kid, I was swimming in this pool, and we were there, like all our cousins and our grandma was there, and it was like, well, there's these other random kids there also, but it was like somebody's backyard pool. It wasn't like an actual pool. So we were in like, they had these big foam rafts, right? And we were floating those in the shallow end. And apparently the other kids that weren't our cousins, like wanted to swim in the shallow end, and we were like taking up all the room with our big stupid foam rafts.
Yeah.
So our grandma told us to go to the deep end with the rafts so that the kids could be in the shallow end. What I thought she meant was just like go to the deep end in general. So I went out there even though I couldn't swim very good, and I started to drown. And I almost did because no one was really paying attention to me.
No.
But eventually my
crazy.
aunt noticed I was like about to die, and then she jumped in and grabbed me. And I did not die.
Yeah, I almost drowned once. So I was going out to, there's a sandbar at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
I was going out with Benji, my brother. Mm-hmm. And I was starting to like, because I wasn't that good at swimming. And I was trying to like flop and stuff in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And I grabbed onto Benji. Which is a terrible idea. Because like he's trying to swim and I'm just grabbing him, trying to like stay up. And then like, I guess I like almost drowned both of us. But yeah, we made it to sandbar.
That's good.
Yeah.
Tyler, you have any near-death experiences?
I feel like the one that comes to mind, it was a Friday night after a basketball game, and I was going down to a winter retreat, and I was driving my mom's van, and I remember I was getting off an exit a little too fast, and it had been snowing, and I like was hitting the brake and turning, and it was like a sharp turn, and I literally spun all the way around 360.
That's crazy.
And then like was pointing back. Okay, not 360, like 180. I was pointing back the way that I came, and then I had to do a 3-point turn and then keep going.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I do have one more near-death experience. So, I was like going to school, and this morning was already like a bad morning because I had like a research paper that I didn't do like that well, and like I was like upset about that. And I like turned in that research paper when I got to school, and like I woke up early to like finish it, cause like you know procrastination. So yeah, and so I finished my research paper, and then I was like on my way to school, and I was like I was already late to school, and I go to this like exit on the highway. It's not like a exit, but like it goes from one highway and then splits off to another. So I was on that like exit, I guess I don't know, and then on this curve, there's a deer just standing like in the middle of the highway on the road. And like I start to slow down. I'm like, oh, it's just gonna like chill there. I should have stopped. So like it honestly like my fault. I was being stupid. I probably slowed down to like 50. It's like on the left side of me. I'm going straight. Like if it just didn't move, I would have been fine. But as soon as I get next to it, it just runs in front of my car and like full on slams into my windshield. I'm surprised it like didn't go through my windshield. But like, it flew over the car and it was just gone. I had no idea where it went. And then, so my windshield is shattered. The mirror on the side of my car is gone. And then I pull over. There's a truck coming behind me. I pull over. I'm just like sitting there. I'm like still trying to like process. I think I probably start crying. You know, like what just happened. And then probably like 10 minutes go by. And I'm like, well, I gotta get to school. So,
So you drove to school like that?
yeah, I drove to school with a shattered windshield. Like I could barely see out of it.
Uh-huh.
And then I get to school and I pull in the parking lot. I walk in and the office is like, hey, why are you late? And I go, well, I hit a deer. And they're like, the principal goes, dude, why are you still here? You should have just stayed home. And I go, why didn't I think about that, you know? But yeah, that was probably more closer to death.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 2. What is your best eating achievement? Do you have one?
What like how much I've eaten?
Yeah, like
in one
most
time?
things you've eaten, most like crazy food you've eaten. Like what do you look back and be like, I'm proud I ate that. That was a moment in history when that happened.
Dude, I don't know, man. Like I mean, obviously like my DC excursion was like the Reese's Puffs, but like I don't know. Like I haven't really like eaten that much of stuff. You know, like I'm kind of a skinny guy, so like
Yeah.
I'm not really a big eater.
Yeah, that's fair. I would say that the corn and cranberry juice counts as a major eating achievement.
I
for
would
everyone.
too, but like most people, I don't think they would say that. You know?
Oh yeah. For me, I think. Okay, this is a little story. Back in the day, me and Earl Williams.
Ooh,
Shout out Earl. We'd never shouted him out on the pod before, but
he
he's
deserves one,
another
yeah.
Bethel man as well. Me and Earl, back in the day, our families would both like hang out a lot together. So we went to Cece's Pizza one time, and me and Earl had this competition of who could eat the most pizzas. So we were just kept going up, because that's an all you can eat buffet. If
Yeah.
you don't know what Cece's is, so we were just grinding through these pizzas. I think he had 11 pizzas, slices of pizza,
Slices? Okay, yeah.
but I had 12,
Ooh.
and I beat Earl Williams with 12 pieces of pizza. Then after that, we went home. I drank like a cup of like, is this drink like Sunny D kind of? It's like an orange juice, and I threw up all my pizza in the toilet because my body could not handle 12 pizzas. It was so bad. Like before that, I was like all bent over, and like my stomach was just so sore from eating so much.
That's crazy.
I was miserable that whole day till I threw up. But then the even sadder part is after that, Earl, we went to Pizza Hut some other day, and he had 13 Pizza Hut
No.
pizzas. So he's the undisputed champ of pizza eating between the two of us. So I didn't even get to hold my record. But
Dude, you gotta try with DC pizza slices
oh my goodness,
because those things are massive.
the Cece's pizza slices were pretty small. That's why I could get away with 12. But
Yeah.
Earl had 13 Pizza Hut pizza slices. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
like he's just out of my league in pizza.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, the biggest achievement was this past summer. We went to B-Dubs and all you could eat wings, and I think I had like 34, I think, or something like that. But I think the more impressive thing was I ate dinner before that. So I was on a cut this last summer, so I was trying to eat less. And so I was like, you know what, I'll just eat before going to Buffalo Wild Wings so that I'm not that hungry when I'm at Buffalo Wild Wings and I don't get the unlimited wings. So I
That's
eat
crazy.
before, and I show up and I'm like, no, I'm just here for the community. The guys were like, you should do it. And I was like, dang, you convinced me. So then I ate dinner, and then I had 34 wings. So that's pretty solid. Like, I feel like if I didn't have dinner, I could have dropped 40.
Dude, that's crazy. Like I could never do it. Like I would explode if I did that.
Like it hurt after, but like it wasn't that bad. Like I wasn't in that much pain. I went and I went to the bathroom and I was fine for the rest of the night.
Bro slams 34 wings and then goes, "All right, where's the rest of the wings?" He's like, "This is just an appetizer." Like, what the heck, man?
That's what I'm saying.
And final question of the night. What do you think is the most overrated movie of all time? Or like the hottest take you have on a movie?
Okay, I feel like when like Infinity War and Endgame came out, like it was kind of like way too overhyped. Like, yeah, they're good movies, but I feel like the hype of it was the only thing that like actually made it good.
That's a good answer.
Like
actually.
Endgame was not that good.
Yeah,
Like it was only good because it had like cameos
Right.
and like it had like the hype train behind it, but
Yeah.
like they're not that good movies.
Yeah, it's pretty mid, honestly. Endgame. Like, Infinity War is good, but Endgame's pretty
Yeah.
mid, I think.
Infinity War isn't even that good though. Like yeah, it's good, and that's
Yeah.
probably a hot take, but like I don't know.
No, that's fair.
It's definitely better than Endgame though.
No, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
My answer is going to get me in hot water, is all you guys know.
Dude, if you say La La Land,
No, it's not. It's not La La Land
okay,
anymore.
good.
Most overrated movie, Dune 2.
No,
It's gotta be. It has to be.
No,
Everyone says that movie's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Or it's like, oh my gosh, the cinematography, the directing, it's so beautiful. I think, yeah, like it's a
Dude,
cool
it's so
movie
good.
technically. Like it looks cool. The CGI is really good and stuff. But it's like, I don't like it at all. I think everyone's just like, I don't know. I feel like everyone's out of their minds sometimes when they're all like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to watch Dune 2 again. I was like, it was 3 hours of my life wasted. I'm never going to get back. How would you watch that again? That's crazy.
it was so good though.
Says the man that would watch 3 hours of RRR.
Heck yeah, I would. RRR is gas.
Dune 2 is amazing. Most overrated movie all time, Princess Bride. Easy.
Oh, dude, you can't even say that.
It's
Hell
so
cake.
boring.
What,
Like, it's
what,
like-
what do you mean it's boring?
It just sucks.
What?
It sucks.
Dude, that's crazy.
That movie, low key, like, I've been coming around a little bit, but I still don't like it. Matilda.
Dude,
Nah.
yeah, but like, marriage is what brings us together. Like, it's so good. It's so
No.
good.
No. Boring. Just not my jam.
That's just an L take.
No. It's not as bad as Dune 2 slander.
Okay,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
crazy though. When Wesley's like dead, but he like wakes himself up because of true love. When they bring him back, and true love keeps him alive. Isn't that like that does nothing for you?
Okay, that part is kind of stupid.
It's kind of stupid, but it's like.
But the movie's so
The point
good.
is,
The movie's so
it's a
good.
good movie.
Prepare to die. Like
It's a classic.
it's such a good movie. Like a movie is also like ranked on like how quotable it is. You know, like I feel
That's
like
fair.
Princess Bride is like quoted like
That is true.
a lot. You know,
Yeah, not as much as Napoleon Dynamite, of course.
dude, Napoleon Dynamite's so good. Oh, so you think you're drinking 2% milk? Is that because you think you're fat? Like it's so good.
It's so good.
So good.
Anyway, another podcast circles back to Napoleon Dynamite somehow. There's always a way we can make it go there.
They all need to go back to Napoleon Dynamite.
But yeah, Samuel, it was great having you on.
Oh, thanks
Thanks
having
for
me.
joining the pod.
an
Legendary
honor.
guest.
Yes, we're glad to have you. Let's pray. Dear God, again, I thank you for today. I thank you again for these amazing men that are here with me today and all those listening. God, I pray that through this podcast that you can show up to them and you can help give them a little bit of joy and a little bit of comfort in knowing where you have them and that they can just enjoy this today. And God, again, I pray for rest this week as we get to spend some time with family and be thankful for all that we have, God. And I pray that we continue to trust you and love you. Safe travels tonight, and that we continue to go out and be doers of your word and go out and share who you are. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, carpe diem. Seize the day. Thanks for listening.